Hello, welcome to the Daily Devotion. I'm Kathy Morris, pastor of the Dixon United Methodist Church. Sometimes I think it's just a good practice for us to admire the testimony of faith that we receive from others, to really notice the truth and beauty that Christians over the centuries have offered us as a true gift. John of the Cross was a Spanish mystic and poet in the 16th century. He became a member of the Carmelite order. John had a great empathy for those who suffer. He had known a great deal of suffering for him in his own life as he was growing up as a child. He knew daily poverty, the deaths of siblings. He also knew rejection. At one point, John was arrested and imprisoned by brothers of his own Carmelite order. He was held in prison for 8 months, and then on one dark night, he managed to escape, taking with him poetry that he had written during his imprisonment. Love of Christ was central to John of the Cross. Love of Christ sustained him in his faith during many dark times. Here's a prayer by John of the Cross. O blessed Jesus, give me stillness of soul in thee. Let thy mighty calmness reign in me. Rule me, O King of gentleness, King of peace. Give me control, great power of self-control, control over my words, thoughts, and actions. From all irritability, want of meekness, want of gentleness, dear Lord, deliver me. By thine own deep patience, give me patience. Make me in this and all things more and more like thee. I would imagine that John of the Cross had a very deep understanding of our Bible reading for today. It comes from the first letter of Peter, and in this passage we are reminded of the suffering that Christ endured, suffering so that we might be healed and thus live more like him. I'm reading 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 21 through 25 from the New Revised Standard Version. For to this you have been called, because Christ also suffered for you, leaving you an example, so that you should follow in his steps. He committed no sin, and no deceit was found in his mouth. When he was abused, he did not return abuse. When he suffered, he did not threaten, but entrusted himself to the one who judges justly. He himself bore our sins in his body on the cross, so that free from sins we might live for righteousness. By his wounds you have been healed. For you were going astray like sheep, but now you have returned to the shepherd and guardian of your souls. In your prayer time today, I would suggest that you sit with a cross. Just take time looking at that cross and to see in the cross the love of Christ that heals. Give thanks. Give thanks that as Christ heals us, we are given the grace to become more and more like him as we live lives of love.